Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and another video replay of mine with the Lost Vikings, a game on Infernal Shrines. I got lost apparently on this map, and well, this time as a replay I'm gonna analyze a bit how the game actually went on. And of course I'm not a professional, but I'm gonna have fun doing this because when you um,
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
when you play the game, it's not always easy to see what other things are happening, and that's usually me. I'm not too interested in how things go. So I
The
honestly
battle
prefer
begins in 10 seconds.
just focusing on what I can do with the
5,
Vikings
4,
instead of,
3,
focusing
2, 1.
um, on how well or
The
how bad
battle
people
begins.
perform, so that I can fully conduct what I can. Now as usual, I go on two different lanes, and apparently the battle on mid doesn't necessarily go too well. My team starts gathering the first experience apparently, and well, slowly uh, this is slowly being gained by me on the two previous lanes. Butcher pays me a visit top, and well, he gets both the hearts for the passive,
Blue team draws first blood. Heroes slain.
and of course Chen unfortunately dies because of his own poison. And of course I gain the experience. I poke at the towers as I can, while Olaf simply pushes top, and again things get quite or remain bloody on mid. And Imperius simply allows for another one of our team to be killed. Orfea missing a bit of her skills, but at least she gets her E back. I quickly see Nazeebo coming top, and I simply embrace the bit of experience. While at the same time I have been embraced bot and I managed to save Baylog, who's usually in my case the one who gets it. And I wait for Butch to simply move away.
The shrine will be active soon. Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Okay, and Eric apparently comes back. The mid, well, seems to be handling quite well apparently, but they're focusing the tank. And Imperius is like always the most annoying of the team. Top goes quite fine, and I bring the team level 6 slightly before them, although apparently it doesn't make much difference. The number of kills is just 2 for now. I already gained the team quite some experience.
Heroes slain.
Was interested initially in the camp, but I just come to help the team. Then I asked myself, the heck am I actually doing? Since my point is to actually ensure the team has enough experience. At the same time, it's a 4v4, so uh, Nazibo is busy pushing top. ETC is well saved. ETC is well saved by his companion, Anduin, who pulls him away. So I decided to move away from the fight because everyone would be there. And I remembered that, hey, I can actually take the camp. While Olaf, I just keep a bit Nazibo, I keep him a bit busy. But I get quite low and I take the fountain so that I also help the Vikings on the other side. Now that I see Nazibo engaged, I decide to simply keep pushing with Olaf because that's basically what was needed. I wanted to push mid, but unfortunately I saw Imperius going up, and I knew Olaf would have to be saved. So I decided to push mid, because why not? People seem to be going in all the possible lanes. Imperius decides, okay, so he decides to take the camp. And I decided to stay back. Don't know why, don't ask me. I don't remember all the decisions I took. But I was waiting with Eric because of his bonus. So that I could focus on those things. Then I return on bot. And I went to take the experience, but I accidentally left Olaf in the middle of them. And as soon as Nazivo goes out, oh, and yeah, I remember he went to take the camp. I simply pushed the lane, while at the same time I take another camp. My team gets a great kill on and I managed to take the objective right at the right time, while again preserving the experience difference and pushing the I decided to pull Olaf out because things would get really messy in there. And I decide to split push, and I push just with Paylog bot lane, and I keep the two mid to keep farming two different lanes. The kill difference is actually equal, and well, the stats don't look that bad. As one can see, me and Nazibo are the one who simply gained experience for the team, and one level difference can already be noticed. And I keep pushing with them while the team keeps them busy. And I take the heart with Balog while withdrawing him. At the same time I am taking a camp.
Blue team has summoned a mortar punisher.
I really didn't understand how we actually took this here when we were just getting a violent beating. And I sent Eric back because I needed to take this fort also. And I really needed his damage to simply take the fort.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Blue team's punisher has been slain.
At the same time keeping the level difference. Here it's 1, and looking at the enemy I see that they're still concentrated there. So I just keep pushing, while at the same time taking this lane and allowing the enemy minions to simply push. I see everyone coming there, so I instantly rescue Olaf. Was highly interested in actually not dying. And I instantly get an idea why expose myself when I simply can't take the camp. Now if I remember correctly, you can see the spin to win animation. And on the minimap I think you can actually see the camp no longer being green, it's grayed out while taken. So I quickly took the camp and again split, so that the 1 level difference is preserved, because it's kind of getting close. Okay, they are having 5 kills ahead of us. They are 5 kills ahead of us, while also, well, pushing the lanes as a triple trouble that I am. And the team is descending again. And poor Olaf gets it. Well, Butcher, I guess he gets his stacks. And Eric gets it there, and I think I also lose Balog. Yep, I lose Balog as well. It rarely happens that I lose all 3 Vikings at the same time. And the little ones come back.
Claim it in my name.
And I send Olaf top. I also gave him the Hunka's Burning Olaf talent, and obviously impatience is a virtue. While these aren't typical picks, I usually go for them, because with this build they actually go very well. And I decided to not go for the objective, because I had a juicier objective. I don't know if I was kind of torn in here, because there were, you know, like so many things to do. Farm the lane. Of course, I couldn't kill anyone in there. Although my team successfully got a Punisher.
Blue team has summoned the frozen Punisher.
And a poison from Nazi bro is, you know, the bro deals quite some poison. But still, I take the camp and I make for it, I run for it, or whatever the quote is. Fortunately, there is no lane to push, so simply dive into taking the other camp.
Blue team's Punisher has fallen.
And they are 4 kills ahead of us, but still the level difference is significant. And they still progress, it still progresses because they're pushing. And we got level 20 thanks to them bringing down the fort. Still having no lane to push, I simply decided to take other camps as well. And I did a split camp taking. I took this camp also, while Olaf needed help top. He can solo camps, except bosses. If you go for Hunka's Burning Olaf and the camp, Mercenary Lord. If you go for that, Olaf should be capable to easily take camps. Even bruiser ones, but you have to switch the target from time to time and use the spin to win. So I decide to simply ditch the fight again and push the lane in here. Orphea gets focused and unfortunately disposed of. The team's tanks can, well, apparently hold them off a bit. And well, apparently Chen makes a run for it with his barrel. And carefully watching the enemy team, see what they do. I summon Olaf.
Another shrine will be ready soon.
And I simply destroy the fort. And well, let everything push. And of course I saw a juicy camp, because I usually look at the timers and see when they spawn. Now equipped with Fury of the Storm, I can easily take camps. Quickly take it. Seeing that the shrine is active, I simply make for it, since the enemy seems really willing to take the objective, which was basically our core. I quickly start killing the minions required to obtain the objective and claim it in our name. And things are looking quite grim for our team, because well, apparently they are pushing our core. However, they decide to postpone that and simply head for me. But my split pushing and, you know, killing several of those at the same time simply allows me to summon the objective. I didn't manage to protect, well, to save Olaf and Balog. They both died, but at least I spent an ultimate, you know. And I like how the team actually pushed on with the fight. And, well, they also helped me with taking the objective. While the enemies would focus the Punisher. And they initiate the withdrawal, as it should be, because, well, that's how things should be. It was enough. While of course I've been taking the camps and pinging the enemy to take the allies to take that. Or they pinged it, I don't remember exactly. But I just signaled them that it is very important to take it. Just to not give the enemy any, extra chances. The enemies constantly push. The next objective would be in that area, and I kind of realized that, hey, after all that level difference, the enemies are actually picking up because, well, the kill difference became a bit obvious. And we manage a kill on ETC. And the moment Imperius dies, it's basically when we have a very big advantage. But again, we kind of get wrecked by the enemies. And of course, Butcher does all the kills. Now I don't remember why I've done this. Probably I wanted to defend the core, or I don't know, something like that. Red team's core is under attack. So I stay on the defense. At the same time, I'm not moving because I'm checking the camp timers.
Within the shrine, it will be made to serve us.
And a very not so favorable fight begins. The enemies kind of quickly dispatch us. And, well, I decide to do the same thing that was needed. Take the camps. Now the enemies kind of, the enemies actually have a far greater advantage when it comes to experience. I didn't have my ultimate to bring Olaf back, so I decided to cause some pressure.
Red team has summoned a frozen Punisher.
At this time the enemy has the upper hand. And I decided to make up for it. To say, okay, Let's actually
Red team's core is under
push
attack.
the enemy score, but well, I got greeted by Imperius.
Is my shield. Blue team's core is under attack.
And at the same time,
Slain.
I get killed.
Hero slain. Hero slain.
While
Red
the
team's core is under attack.
enemies violently push our core. And of course everyone is defending their
Hero
own core.
slain. Red team's Punisher has fallen.
And magically their Punisher falls.
Hero slain.
And they also get a bit wrecked. While I'm just floating, stones. And I point the allies to simply take the camps, because, well, outside of me, and of course the kill difference is painful. However, well, you can see the stats. I also died quite an awful lot of times. And well, I knew that it was high time we actually took the camps. And what I really wanted is to make sure that such camps don't reach our core. I pinged the allies to focus on this camp, but well, it was kind of too late. The enemy made a great job to, push the lanes, and now basically I have what to do and focus on those lanes. I knew that some enemies would come around here and a team fight would actually spring. While Imperius focused on my Baylog, which I also lost. Apparently, Anduin went for the talent which allows him to use his pool a second time. And, well, I decided to do the healthiest thing and focus on what was the more important. While the team actually had a savage fight up, I was actually interested in finishing the game because, well, it's much healthier to finish the game. And well, this is actually it. Nazibo winning the MVP. He actually participated a lot in teamfights, didn't die much. And what I can say, well, not much of a super play with the Vikings, but the typical old play that I had, namely focusing on pressuring the enemy, pushing the lanes, and I actually kept the the experience somewhat in check because, well, at the end there was a almost painful difference in kills, but those don't always mean that you're necessarily gonna win the game. Although they were pretty close to it, and I think 2 or 3 times, I really don't know what favored us necessarily, but I'm glad this game was a win. This one was, I think, a fourth game in a row that I played, and my head was kind of spinning because they were all like 30 minutes-ish games, and yes, it's, a bit annoying to focus on, the three Vikings separately and doing things here and there. Although I do admit this game was somewhat easy in the sense that I've had games where people would violently chase me throughout the map. But each game is its own story and has to be played instead of letting the game play you. All this being said, take care of yourselves. You are loved and appreciated. Ferenjan Board signing out.